All right, some juicy highlights from our Pro Am division last week over there down in Japan at the Tokyo Expressway East counterclockwise circuit. Hope everybody enjoyed. Pro Am showing off some skill there in those highlights, let me tell you. So, round 7, getting close. 10 rounds makes the season here for Season 3 Choice of Weapon. Welcome in. Presented by DMJ Vroom Room. This is the North American division, partnered with LWR Design, DDR, D-Dot Racing. Of course, special shout out to GT Omega and Fanatec. And I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming, and the graphics in front of us, provided to us by High Pre Graphics. So with all the shout outs out of the way, let's talk shop. It's race night. Ooh, D.90 up in the house. Legend is ready to jump in if there is a spot for him to jump in. Love to see that. It's a 40-minute race here tonight. It's going to be started with a 15-minute qualifying run. The racing medium tire is required here at Daytona Road Course for our Pro-Ams, much like it was last night for our pros. Same conditions, same everything. They don't get a break just because they're in one division below those really quick drivers. Weather conditions are on sunny 03, and it's afternoon at times 15 variable rate for this race. That's a mistake on my part there. So again, moving forward, let's keep rocking and rolling. All right, specific details for the series in general is 5 times tire wear and 3 times fuel, 3 times fuel consumption. So every time the drivers go around the racetrack, they're using 5 laps worth of tires and 3 laps worth of fuel. They need to be mindful of that as they're racing hard around the racetrack, battling for those so important championship points as we head towards the end of the season. It is a BOP series with no tuning, which means balance performance is turned on. The cars are equal. Heavy damage is on. Drivers really need to be mindful. Daytona was really gritting its teeth last night in our Pro division. We'll have to see if it does much of the same here to our Pro-Ams tonight, or if they conquer the absolutely great racetrack we have in front of us here this evening. Track edge is real. Slipstream is real. Track limit penalties are on weak. Our flag rules are turned on, and we do have pit line penalties turned on here as well. So we do use the in-game systems to monitor our track limits here for our drivers to make sure they keep it right and tight and squeaky clean on the racetrack, in the words of D.90. Podium for Superman incoming. Let's go Apex. Oh boy, it's getting heaty in the chat. We'll get to that in a moment. It is a grid start with a false start check, so the drivers try to jump to start. They will be heavily penalized right when those lights go green, and they'll be stuck on that grid for a few seconds, serving an immediate penalty handed out by race control. It is a 5 liter per second refueling speed here in the series. It is a race for real conditions, and the mandatory tire, which tonight again is the racing medium, must be used for 1 full circuit lap. That does not include the out lap or the in lap, so the drivers can pit. They can change into that medium tire. They have to run that lap plus a full another lap, and then come back around and do their in lap. So as long as they complete 1 full circuit lap on that required tire, they have met our tire mandate, and the drivers are not allowed to pit until the end of lap 4 here this evening. Again, 40-minute race with a 15-minute qualifier and that mandatory racing medium tire. So let's talk a little more shop. Let's get a little more in depth with what we got up against us here this evening. It's Daytona Road Course. Everybody knows the oval in NASCAR. This is a road course layout, so we're going to throw this infield sector into these drivers here. A few more corners, a little more spice to make something nice. And we'll have a nice little tidy fast action race here tonight. So kind of a big night here tonight. Your host, GT45 Gaming's official 2 years on Facebook is right now. So first and foremost, much love and thank you to everybody along for the journey, new or still continuing right from the beginning. I can't do it without every one of you, whether you're in my Discord community, you're in the Facebook community, you just hang out and watch the stream silently and enjoy the content, or you're an even more involved member of the community. We can't do it without you. Thank you. Been a crazy ride. More to come. So, Daytona. Let's talk about Daytona a little bit. We got something for you. We missed last night the Daytona track map. So, our track map, of course, provided by Special Operations Administrator here at GT45 Gaming, Miss Devious. And on that note, it just turns out it is Administration Appreciation Day today. So, I want to take 1 second again here to say some thank yous to the GT45 Gaming administration staff. Honestly, I can't do it without the team behind the scenes. They do a lot of silent work and don't ask for anything in return because they have the same passion that we do here at GT45 Gaming. That was really loud. All right, we got that sorted. So a special shout out to Apex Racing's Larry Birch, D.90, Egon, are Rockefeller Racing's Miss Devious, Apex Racing's Jakey, Bandit Zeke, Nolander Gaming, and Vegas Paul. I can't do it without all these amazing people behind the scenes. They help run the Discord server, they help with the socials, they help monitor the community, make sure everybody is, of course, sticking up to those community standards and just making sure the community is active. And a special shout out to Seshbot, because honestly, providing great professional race check-ins and easy to manage and monitor and track systems. Honestly, can't do it without amazing bots. So it is an administration tool we use very heavily here in the GT45 Gaming Discord. So hey, the bot got to get its love too. So special shout out to all the admins in behind the scenes too. Seriously, absolutely top notch, top level stuff. So Daytona, the length of the racetrack is 3.56 miles. It has 5.73 kilometers. It has 14 left and right hand turns. It is a tarmac road type. It is a real world circuit and has an elevation change approximately of about 20 feet or 6 meters. And that's about the height of the banked turns from the apron to, of course, the wall. So turn 1, right at the bottom center of the track map, you see the little blue arrow circle with the arrow at the start finish right at the bottom of it. We're heading in the right hand direction, so at the start finish line, drivers will take off from there on lap 1. We head into number 1, the in sector. That takes us into the infield. It's a hard left hand corner, and there's a lot of space there. You have to be careful, and lots of run out room on the outside. However, that takes us into a little kink, and then that takes us into the famous International Horseshoe right inside the middle of the track at this point, turn number 3. From there, they come out of there, a nice little long stretch. They get a full speed dog leg that takes them a little left, and then that takes us into the West Horseshoe. Much like the International Horseshoe, is very tight corner. Got to be very patient with it. You want to late apex it to get the best result out of it. From there, that takes us into the out section, turn 6, and then turn 7, of course, NASCAR 1 and 2, turn 8. That is the first set of banked corners here on the racetrack. From there, we hit a very long straightaway that takes us into, of course, the famous bus stop, turns 9, 10, 11, and 12 at the top of the track map. From there, the drivers come back around into the second oval bank section of Daytona Road Course here. That is NASCAR 3 and 4, turns 13 and 14. From there, after they come out of that set of ovals, if they're carrying a penalty, you can see where the yellow double arrows pointing downward. That is our penalty serving zone here at the racetrack this evening. The drivers will be required to serve that penalty right there. From there, the drivers come down a very long straight run back to the start finish line, and we do it all over again. There is a special rule in place this evening as well. You are not allowed to cross down below the double yellow lines on the apron of this racetrack unless it is for emergency run out room only. It cannot be used to try and gain an advantage or gain position on a driver holding the inside line around the racetrack. That is being monitored and watched here throughout this round as well. So there is a because the game doesn't properly enforce that in there, we have to, of course, keep the integrity and the fairness to all the drivers involved. This is a spectacular racetrack, and it's going to provide us with some spectacular racing here tonight. So we have, let's go make sure all our drivers are here because we are almost ready to start. We're missing one. Who are we missing? Looks like we are missing Vegas Paul. Are you in the chat, my guy? Are you coming? Because if not, D, you know the drill. Congrats, dude. 2 years on Facebook. We appreciate you, Darmel. Let's go. Apex says, pay me. We got Leo coming in saying, let's go ATK. First comment of the night belonged to YouTuber Leo. So appreciate you, Leo. D-Dot with the kissy faces. I'm eating a pizza, trying new place, and it's best I have ever had. Kick them tires, light them fires. Let's get this race on, says Joe. Let's go. Apex says Larry. Podium for Superman incoming, says Larry. Mr. D-Dot, glad to see you in the stream, he says Joe. And talk about admins doing his job before he even gets ready to race this evening. Look at that. D.90 coming in with the heart on the stream. Joe Mercier, Murray Estes, and Murray Estes coming in with the hearts, and Bo Walters also coming in with the heart on the stream. Appreciate everybody absolutely smashing it out there. Bo Walters also coming in with the follow. Welcome to the Winner Circle community as well. The newest member of a very quickly growing community here at GT45 Gaming. So, yeah, we got a space open, D. Feel free when you, if you're willing and when you're ready, my guy. If you just want to enjoy watching, hey, that works too, my dude. All right. Oh, it didn't work. There we go. No, it worked. All right. Alright, we're going to flip you over. So this is what we're looking at here, chat. We got 15 of 16 drivers here. We got to wait for one more to tick in. And we're qualifying. So we're just going to give him a second here. Don't start until Polymath is checked in. Bandit, please. Alright, everybody, how are we doing? It is midweek. And it's a pretty big night. 2-year anniversary, administration appreciation night. It's been an interesting journey here so far. And you know what the best part of this journey so far here on Facebook, besides the sim racing community, has been? And this is just me being honest right now, since we've got a couple minutes. DMJ Room give me a great opportunity to present their series from the UK here in North America and host it, and this year really opening up and really letting us kind of kick the door down and put our spin on it here this season. So proud moments from GT45 Gaming. Thank you to DMJ. We appreciate you. Look forward to many more seasons in the future here as well. Hey, let's go Apex, says Payme. I'm just eating at the moment, bro, and turn everything on. Chill. Hey, sounds good to me, D. Sounds good to me, my dude. Alright, so we're just doing some lobby resets. That's what's happening right now, ladies and gentlemen, on the screen in front of you. From there, these drivers will check in. There we go. Now we've got the right conditions. And we're going to go racing. Well, we're going to go qualifying, and then we're going to go racing. Chad coming in with that thumbs up. Paymate coming in with that thumbs up on the stream as well. I see you over there on YouTube as well. Unfortunately, we don't know when you like the stream, but definitely can't wait to see this race tonight. The Pro-Ams, you know, in all my experience in all the leagues that we work with, the Pro-Ams have always been just one of the best divisions every week, always providing great shows. So I suspect it'll be no different here tonight. So 2 drivers left to check in, and that's it. We're qualifying here, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, gaming. Good things to come to good people. Hey, we appreciate you, but we really do appreciate you. If I'm not saying that quite correctly, I do apologize. Good things come to those that are good people. I think that just people that work hard get rewarded. I don't think it's a matter of whether you're a good person or a bad person. I think hard work and perseverance really is a major key to success, and it obviously in this situation it takes a team to do it. So one step at a time, one day at a time, one sim race at a time, and we just keep on pushing forward. And you know, 3-year mark, we'll see where we're at. That's all we can do. All right, we got 14 of 14 drivers. We are good to go. Alright, so a couple things to look out for here. Obviously, turn 1 at the start of the race is always a trouble spot here on Daytona. You got all these roaring BMWs coming down, barreling into turn 1. They're at a pretty... Is it not working, Bandit? You can start it from the crown. Go to the crown and hit start qualifying. There you go. Alright. Fantastic stuff. Let's get going. We love it. Oh, we're going to take the banner down for you. Absolutely amazing viewers for qualifying here as well. Obviously, it doesn't really much matter what you see in qualifying. RIP. Alright, let's turn all that good stuff on for you amazing viewers back home. And let's get rid of the non-so-essential information. And let's get to doing some qualifying. So, we're going to take the controller. We're going to throw that thing over out of the way. Let's go, boys and girls. We're going to grab that keyboard. We're going to get ready to do what we do here behind the mic. Alright, production crew ready. And it looks like, I believe, that is Bandit that is out first on track here as well, if I'm not mistaken. Could be killed. Alright, let's see what happens here. Such a long pit exit here at Daytona. It takes forever. It's like a squiggly little snake trying to get out on track. And right now we're on board with Chip ATB is way out though already. So first driver out on track is ATB, and he's in the BMW Z4. So the first two drivers we've seen on track here tonight have two different cars. Now in the Pro Division last evening, of course, it was a very heavy field of Z4 BMWs, but at the end of the night it was Payme from Apex Racing with that M6 that takes home the win. I'm patient. You're good. You're good, my man. Always doing fantastic work down there. Alright, so we're on ATB. He is coming out of NASCAR 1 and 2. He's now heading towards the bus stop. Once he hits that start-finish line, we'll jump on board with ATB, and we'll do a little virtual lap with ATB, and we'll talk our way back through that beautiful track map provided by Miss Devious here for the Daytona Road Course this evening. So let's see what happens. The Z4 is an interesting car. All three of the BMWs are all a little bit different in their own rights, the way you drive them, the way they enter, the way they exit corners, the way they handle corners. So it's interesting to see that the Z4 seems to be the popular choice here. Now, it may just be because the drivers want to get their Jack of all trades award, so if they use all three of the cars throughout the season, they do get a one-time claimable award of 5 bonus championship points here, so a little bit of something that adds to the strategy here in the series. And going a little bit wide as we come into the inn, as they call it here, and that is this little sector right here leading us into what is now turn 2 here, the International Horseshoe. And you can see here, you got to be very patient with this corner. It's a huge, long, sweeping corner, and it gives you a lot of exit room to get down on the power, but you got to be careful of the steering angle when getting down on that power, because it can really get you into trouble quickly. From here, we got the Dogleg Kink. It's a full-speed sector, and that takes us into the second horseshoe, the Western Horseshoe. Much of the same thing here. You're looking to take a late apex here, so nice late apex coming from ATB here as he's out front right now. First driver to put in the official qualifying time here in the Pro Am Round 7 lobby. From there, we got a left-hander down in the second gear to get the rotation. Some drivers will opt to go up into third to get a little more stable power. Depends on the car, depends on the driver. That leads us out into NASCAR 1 and 2. So our first banked section here on the racetrack in a lap around the Daytona Road Course, and you can see it's a very heavy bank sector. I believe 31 degrees, if I'm not mistaken, is that banking here at Daytona on the bank part of the oval. So now, just between the 2 and the 1 numbers on the fence here, you're going to kind of start to slow down, you're going to get ready for your braking, and you're just going to try and clip these apexes and roll your car through, and then get on the power as soon as you hit that third apex, and right back out into NASCAR 3 and 4. So as soon as we come out of this oval sector, we're going to come past our penalty serving line, of course. And that will be showing here as ATB goes past it on the screen in front of us. You can see it's just coming out when the track starts to flatten back out, and he just went through it. And then from here, that takes us into the start-finish line. So NASCAR lines basically apply here, and it's a 148.2 from ATB. So let's see what Egon has here as he comes around. It is going to be pole position for Egon. Let's see what Mustang has as he comes around from ATK Motorsports, and it's pole position from ATK. Death, he's going to, oh, he's jumping quick here. Lots of drivers real close together. Sol Invictus in first, Death in second, Mustang in third, Egon in fourth, Miguel jumping up into fifth, ATB drop into sixth. Let's see what Bandit has as he comes around here, and he's in that Z4 as well, and he's going to stay in seventh. We got Bandit dropping down to eighth, and Matt moving up into seventh, Fast Ginger moving up into eighth. Let's see what Chip's got here as he comes through, and he's in behind Pete Snow. Champ stays in 10th, and I'm not sure where Pete jumps up to. We'll check it as we go back through the field. Here we got Superman here in 11th place, and he's just coming through the bus stop, or just most recently renamed as a Le Mans chicane. I know, but I like bus stop better, so that's what we're calling it. Haha. Alright, so Superman coming around. He had his best finish of the season the last week at Tokyo with a P4 finish. Apex tells me he's standing on that podium tonight, so let's see what he's got as he comes around the racetrack here. And it's good enough for P3 currently on the racetrack. So Sol Invictus with a 46.394, Death with a 46.749, Superman with a 46.858, Mustang with a 47 flat, Egon with a 47.4. We have Miguel here with a 48.203, ATB with a 48.245, and we're going to stick with him here as he comes around. We know he's going to be the next driver to come through, and then I believe it goes to Egon from there. So we'll try to catch as many as we can coming through the second lap here. So back to our 7th place driver here currently right now, which is ATB. Let's see if he improves on that first qualifying lap here this evening. Let's go for a top 5 chip. Hey, Jesse up in the house. Paradise coming in with that thumbs up as well. Much love, my guy. And ATB jumps up into P6, so a small improvement here. Where's Egon at the moment here? He just comes through. He's going to stay up into 5th. Mustang moving up into P3 there as well. Superman, he's a little bit of ways away, so still Soul. 46.074, so improving on his fastest lap. He's got 4/10 right now to ATK's Death, who has been looking solid as he's settled into this season right now with a 46.4. His teammate right in behind with a 46.7. Superman there with a 46.8, and he's about to come back around here in a little bit. We got Egon in 6th, Fast Ginger in 7th. We've got ATB now dropping to 8th. Let's see what Matt has. He's come through, currently sitting in 9th. Miguel's in 10th. We got a whole gaggle of cars coming through here. Kilty in 12th. We got Chip in 13th. We got Bandit in 14th. Whoo! These drivers are on it tonight, aren't they, chat? I can't even keep up. Like and subscribe to GT45 for all the sim racing action. Payme, you're a legend, my guy. Soul Invictus for the W. We'll see. We'll see. He's definitely a fast driver, and the Pro-Ams have definitely been up to the challenge, and they've been able to beat him before, so he is not undefeatable, that is for sure. And look at this little gaggle of cars coming through the Western Horseshoe here as we're getting ready to enter the Oval. So let's stick with this little group of cars here. I believe it's made up of Pete and GVG's Kilty, and I believe Heathen is in there as well. So nice little 3-car. Ooh, a little bit of a wiggle there coming from Kilty, so he's just going to go up to the higher part of the bank and let the faster cars through, not impede on the laps. Some great respect being shown here from the Pro-Ams as well this evening. As always, pro-level drivers. Just because it says Pro-Am doesn't change the fact that they're still pro on and off the racetrack. Polly, Chip, Matt, Miguel, let's crowd that podium. Ooh, he's calling VPR to stand on top 4. I don't know, Apex, what do you guys think about that? Soul Invictus, 45.9. ATK Death, 46.3. Mustang coming in for some tires. We got Superman. He's very consistent. Boy, he is on that consistent run right now. He's got ATB just up in behind him there as well. Let's stick with this little group here because this is going to be fun. Got Bandit just up in front of him there as well. So we'll stick with this group here and see what everybody does as they come through. PD stays in 6th. It looks like Heathen doesn't grab any position and Kilty doesn't grab any position there either. So Soul in 1st place currently. Death is currently sitting in 2nd. Jam Mustang looks happy. He's just going to chill in the pits here. Superman and I believe ATB are close together there, but Superman's got a half-second penalty, so that's devastating. We got one car off the track coming around the 1st corner there. Just helping the officials out there. Little grass mowing out there. We got CB here in 7th place. We've got Egon in 8th. We've got ATB here in 9th. We've got Heathen in 10th place. Miguel down here in P11. We've got Kilty in P12. We've got Chip in 13th. And we got Bandit here in 14th. So we got a variety of race cars on our racetrack here tonight. That's for sure. Lots of BMW M6s coming from the Pro-Ams here this evening. That's asking a lot, says Payme. Hey, Payme coming in with a 1,000-star bomb. Let's get a hashtag Payme up in the chat. Coming in with a big-time $10 donation here this evening. Much love, Payme, my guy. We appreciate you, my dude. ATK Death here, and some of these drivers, they come with a new design every week. It's always fun to see what they come up with here. Superman here still in 4th place. ATB's gone around, and of course you've seen that half-second penalty there, so that's just a result of that half-second penalty. Fast Ginger, where are these guys? They're coming through NASCAR 3 and 4 here right now, so let's stick with Fast Ginger. Egon with a 47.2. That puts them up in the 7th place there as well. So the drivers are definitely gaining and improving here. We still have 5.5 minutes remaining yet. Miguel coming in with a 47.6 there as well. What do we have here as we come around? We've got Fast Ginger not going to improve there, 47.1. So the drivers are definitely showing some consistency here tonight. Miguel now up into 9th place with his improvement there that we've seen. ATB still sitting currently here in 10th. We've got Heathen in 11th, Kilt in 12th place, and him and Bandit are nice and tight together there. We got Chip in 13th and Bandit in 14th there. All right. Soul still got 4/10 here right now on ATK Death. And different cars too as well. So qualifying and racing, 2 different things here as well. So let's see what happens. Kanji, let's go. How you doing, my guy? Welcome over there on YouTube, everybody. Mustang here in 3rd place. We got Superman in 4th place. and doesn't quite improve there. Was it was a bit of an off lap there for that driver. We got PD coming in. He looks like, I'm not sure what he was doing there. Maybe changing some tires, taking some fuel. Fixing some damage on that race car is what he was doing there. Got Egon here in 7th. We've got Matt in 8th. We've got ATB currently now in 9th. Miguel down into 10th. That might change when he comes out of pit lane. We have Heathen here in 11th. Where is Heathen? He's just coming into NASCAR 3 and 4. Let's stick on with Apex Racing's Heathen here, and he's had a rough season here. He's having some equipment issues all season long. They keep causing disconnects. He's going to try something a little bit different if it happens here again tonight. So hopefully we can get Heathen a nice full juicy race in here and he can get going. He may have just had an issue right there actually, as he really slowed down coming in out of NASCAR 3 and 4. So we might be seeing this quick fix situation right here right now from Heathen as he's just rolling down the racetrack. So not impeding any traffic. So smart there as well, he's probably going to plug his wheel back in and back out. So let's see if he gets back up to speed here before the end of qualifying. And again, still showing some issues with some equipment there as Heathen. Death here in 2nd place. We got Ginger in 3rd. And the ATK boys all sitting in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place there. So, you know, we're sitting here talking about VPR and Apex. Let's not count out ATK Motorsports here because they're showing they got the pace tonight as well. Matt here in 5th place. We've got Petey here, independent driver, as well here in 7th place. Egon in 8th place, independent driver here as well, to the best of my knowledge here anyways, but he is going to be in that Z4 here this evening as well. ATB from Apex for Sim Racing. We've got Miguel now just recently signed to VPR Racing here as well. We got Heathen with Apex Sim Racing. We've got Kilt with DDR. Chip Reese of VPR Racing. We got Bandit, who's currently independent here right now as well, but rocking some Kilter design paintwork on that race car. And boy, this one's a doozy, child, let me tell you. ATK rolling right now. Facts. It is still Sol Invictus though right now, sitting in with pole position. He's just been cruising. Looks like he's going to go pull into pit lane here. ATK Death still around, and then maybe this is a strategy call. Maybe he realizes Death is starting to close in, get a little bit of slipstream. He doesn't want to pull the driver and help him improve his time, so he's just chilling right now. So 46.1 right now from Death is his best time. These Pro-Ams, they're moving around this track pretty quickly here tonight, so we'd love to see it. We got Fast Ginger sitting in 4th place with a 46.6 currently on the racetrack. And Matt jumping up there with a great lap, though. P3 performance right there, 46.4 from Matt. So he's now going to move himself up into P3 there as well. Ooh, boy. I think we got a race on our hands tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got Superman here in P6 currently. He's just tucked in behind ATB, who is not having the best qualifying run here tonight. Egon's in 7th. Pete Snow's in 8th. We've got ATB sitting in 9th with Miguel in 10th. Heathen's still sitting in 11th, and that 1 second penalty is not going to help any. We got Kilty here in 12th place. We've got Chip here in 13th, and Bandit in 14th. 150.5 here, so he is just not quite on it yet, but he is definitely working on it. He's actually on the racing medium tire here, so maybe a strategy play from Bandit here. Dean Young coming in with that love on the stream and the follow as well. Welcome to the Winner's Circle community. Appreciate that extra level of support. Let's get a hashtag Dean up in the chat, please, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. We appreciate all that support here. Welcome to the community. So Death now sitting in pole, and did we lose a driver? We did lose a driver. All right, so we'll have to reset the grid once qualifying is over. So yeah, that happened in the pro lobby last night too. One driver disconnected in qualifying, so he was sitting in pole position, and the game does track that time, so we'll be able to verify it obviously with the qualifying results, but it will have him placed in last place no matter what his time on the racetrack was due to the disconnect, the equipment malfunction, whatever it was. So back in the lobby, we'll get that grid all set up. It's Cody B coming in with that thumbs up on the stream. Nicholas coming in with that like on the stream as well. Nick Brewster coming in with the thumbs up on the stream. We got Sean Robinson coming in with the thumbs up on the stream, and I smell a Cody B raid. Richard Rowland coming in with the thumbs up on the stream. They're up to something fishy over there, I think. And Cody, it's Cody B Gaming. I'm telling you what. We appreciate you, Cody B. My guy, my guy. Much love, my dude. All right, Pete Snow here in 7th place. We got ATB here at 8th. We got Miguel in 9th. We've got Heathen now jumping up here into a spot, obviously in 10th place with the disconnect of Soul Invictus driver. We got Kilty here. He's chilling. He's just chilling. He has finished up his qualifying run. Chip has just come through and finished up his qualifying run. So it is going to be ATK Death. He's just coming around right now. Let's see if he can grab any last minute time here. So still 3/10 away from Soul Invictus now. Obviously you can see that purple lap on screen there still as well. It hasn't been taking it. Yo, yep, I came from Cody's stream. I knew it. I knew he was up to something fishy. TDC Gaming coming in with that thumbs up on the stream as well. Dean with the thumbs up. We appreciate y'all. We really do. It's Cody B Gaming over there on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely make sure to go over and check out what he's got going on. Forza streamer, iRacing. This guy is dabbling in all kinds of sim racing fun over there. Great vibes over there. Fun environment. Go say hi. Community doesn't bite much, we promise. All right, CB Matt in 2nd. So all these positions are going to go down 1 once we get Soul Invictus back up on the grid here. So let's go take a look at the splits here. 3/10 of a second from ATK Death to Soul Invictus. It's 3/10 from Matt to ATK Death. So ATK Death is a player here tonight again. Superman here is about 4/100ths away from Matt. Then he has 2/10 to Fast Ginger, who has less than a 10th to Mustang, who has less than a 10th to Egon, who has 2/10 to Pete Snow. And then there's a little gap to ATB, about half a second, and then it's a 10th and 3/10 to Heathen in 10th place. From there, it's 5/10 to Kilty. Coming in as a reserve driver here tonight. We got Chip here a little bit off and Bandit here in 13th. So as soon as the clock runs out, we will save the qualifying results. So if we get the host to give us about 2 minutes time to make sure we get those results, we'll save those results. We'll pause the stream just for a moment, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll get the grid sorted out for everybody and we'll get this race going. So Soul Invictus, looking strong as always. He came into the season, he was qualifying really strong. He made a couple of mistakes in qualifying that placed him in the Pro-Am lobby, proving to be a very quick driver here this season. So again, challenging these Pro-Am drivers here this year. And boy, they've been up to the task all season long. Last week was the first real big runaway we've seen from Soul Invictus on the field here as well. So definitely interesting to see what they're going to do here tonight. So we're just saving those results here. And we will jump into a chat with our host here real quick. So we're just going to throw you over to the highlights for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. And then we're going to sort this little lobby thing out. And we'll be right back. So we got to go here. And we got to do a little bit of this. Enjoy the highlights from last week's Pro-Am division. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a couple of drivers have some equipment malfunctions. This is the delay, so we're just about sorted here. We'll be back to the live screen in a moment. We do really appreciate the patience. Thank you, everyone. Well, I don't want to know what that you know what is, John, that got caught in the gas pedal, but that is a scary thought. You've been to that bar, says Baby. Yeah, all good heathen, brother. That's what I figured. Chris Reeves, what's up, boy? Baby, appreciate you keeping everybody entertained as always. Cody B, you're a legend, my dude. Lewis Hamilton, jump in chat. Let's go, boys and girls. Let's go for a top 5 chip. We got Payday coming in with 200 stars a few moments ago going, aye. Let's get some Paydays up in the chat. He's just rebooting right now. Johnny Boy, Mike. IMBRaceware.com. Hey, want to talk about legends? Woo, chat is popping off. Accurate, says Payday. It was Kilty that got his you know what stuck in the brake pedal, says Bandit. Oh, okay. Alright, we got our last remaining Daytona soul here jumping in the lobby right now, ladies and gentlemen. So we're just going to lose the mic for a second again. And we'll get this grid set. We'll get this race underway. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got a grid set. All our drivers are checked in. Everybody is back. Race Control apologizes for the delay, and we appreciate all the fan support. We are about to go racing. Alright, let's catch up with our beautiful chat here. Heathen's on his way. Yeah, we got him. Hashtag Apex on disconnect. Oh boy, let's not go there. Figures it was Kilty. Pushed to pass Egon. Daytona, this is where we're Kilty back at it with a hydraulic kit. Alright, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 14 drivers on our racetrack here this evening. Hopefully 14 of our drivers finish on the racetrack this evening. Kick them tires, light them fires, let's go racing. And we're waiting for those beautiful green lights to drop. We got 2 reds, 3 reds, 4 reds, 5 reds. Ooh, and we're green, and we're green, and we're green, and we're green, and we're green. And here we go. I think we had a false start up in the back of the pack there, but a little helpful push from Bandit, and the drivers are off. So Soul Invictus here to start things off with the whole shot run. Let's see if he can hold it coming through turn 1. He does. He has a nice little gap there. So we're going to just keep our eyes on things here for a moment. All right. Look at the Pro-Ams 2 and 3 wide coming out of turns 1 and 2 here. All right. Everybody sorts himself out. But it's not over yet. We got the International Horseshoe next. Cold tires, different cars, different lines. Oh, look at that beautiful sight. These Pro-Ams, I think they're ready to race. All right. So here we go. Soul Invictus in the lead as we are heading into the Western Horseshoe now. Single file. Here we go. Egon in third. Pete in fourth, and he is under fire from ATB. ATB looking for that 4th place, but Petey's got the inside line coming into the next corner. What Petey gonna have to do? Petey just goes into single file here. He's playing very patient, but ATB goes a little bit wide. And hey, Petey's gonna take advantage there. He's gonna move up into 4th place. Now Superman looking for that position there on his teammate as well. Superman's gonna slot up into P5 there as well. So ATB dropping 2 positions there. We got Mustang here in 8th. We got Fast Ginger at 9th with Miguel right there in 10th. We've got Heathen tucked in behind here in 11th place. We got Chip Reese in 12th with Kilty right there in 13th, and Bandit just in behind there in 14th position. Here we go. Let's see how everybody survives through the bus stop. Soul Invictus, our race leader, got about an 8/10 of a second gap. Death is right on his case. Egon's right there. Petey getting the job done there in 4th place, but he is going to pick up a half-second penalty. Let's go take a look at that coming out of the bus stop. Alright, let's see what happened here as Petey's coming into the bus stop. Oh, a little bit of a cut there as he came around, just trying to defend that position from Superman in behind him. And picking up that half-second penalty there. So, very unfortunate there, but very early on in the race. So, it'll be all good. So, here we go. Lap 2, ladies and gentlemen. An absolutely great first lap by these Pro-Am divisional drivers here tonight. Claps his hands. Great job, gentlemen. Let's go racing. Egon here in 3rd place. He's looking for a podium. Superman, he is hungry tonight. The Apex boy, says he's doing it tonight. So let's see if we're talking to Superman at the end of the night. We got ATB, his teammate. This is a worthy opponent right here on the racetrack. He's going to look up the inside, coming out of the International Horseshoe. But nope, he's just going to slip right back in behind of Superman. Pete Snow in 6th place with Mustang Jay here in 7th. Right now, everybody's on a purple lap. We've got Matt in 8th place. We've got Miguel now in 9th place, and he's under pressure here from Heathen. So Heathen's grabbed a spot up at the P10 here on Fast Ginger, and he's kind of was thinking about taking a look on the outside there maybe, but realized that Fast Ginger was still right there. Closes the door. So great offensive, defensive driving here coming from Apex Racing's Heathen here so far in 10th place, and up 1 position from the start. Woohoo! A little bit slippery coming out of the corner right there, but he is still right tucked in behind Miguel up in front. It's ATK's Fast Ginger here in 11th with Kilty in 12th. We've got Chip here in 13th and Bandits here in 14th place. So a little off here in that Z4 and difficult racetrack if you're not 100% familiar with it. Kilty back with the hydraulic kit. Let's go Apex, just do it. The smart race boys, you love to see it. I fell asleep waiting. Okay, let's go. Hey, Leo, how's it going? Lots of wheel spin at the start. Go Egon. Fans are cheering for everybody here tonight. We love to see it. So Soul Invictus here, 8/10 of a second here on ATK Death. ATK Death over that crucial half-second penalty rare, and that is not what he wants to see currently right now while trying to stay in the slipstream of the leader. We've got Egon coming here in P3, and maybe these two Z4s are going to have to do a little pushing work here to close that gap back up and not let Soul Invictus get too far away here. We got Superman in 4th place as well. Mustang now in 5th with Pete Snow right on his case here in 6th place. So turn 1's always a little risky. It's risk versus reward there. There's a little invisible wall coming into turn 1 there. And if you get a little too tight to that wall, it catches you out sometimes. And boy, that can really ruin your race in a hurry. Fast Ginger, here we go. A little battle happening right here. Ooh, little juicy battle happening between Miguel and... Ooh, battle happening in the back there too as well, and it's going to be Fast Ginger just losing out to Matt here. So Matt in 10th place, Ginger in 11th. It looked like he really fought hard to get that battle, but let's get back up front here and see what we missed here. We have Miguel and Heathen battling for position there, and Heathen now up into P8. Boy, is Heathen on a mission right now. Kilty's up into 9th place. So interesting things happening on the racetrack here. Let's see if Daytona bites like it did last night. Cody Bass coming in with that thumbs up. We got Chris Reeves coming in with that thumbs up as well. We're going to try and do some catch up here. You guys are just crushing it tonight. We got John Grayson coming in with the thumbs up, and it's Cody B coming in with that thumbs up as well. Chris Reeves, much love, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. Let's rock and roll. So ATK Death here in 2nd place, Egon in 3rd. Drivers still quite close together here. Superman just a little bit in behind here in 4th place, making a little error in the bus stop there, and that is going to allow these guys in behind us to get a good exit here to gain a little bit of time. So let's sit on PD here in 5th place right now as he's chasing down Superman. You can see that time dripping down, so he's bleeding about 200ths per second there on a little bit of a mistake coming through the bus stop. So a mistake he definitely doesn't want to repeat too many times there. And we got a little feisty battle happening here. We got Heathen and Miguel in 7th and 8th place. We got Kilty right there just in behind with a whole gaggle of cars coming. Fast Ginger and crew in behind with Matt, and I believe Chip Reese as well. So Miguel here, he's under pressure, and boy, Heathen's trying to find a way around, and he's going to take a look up the inside, but he's going to give the respect there as Miguel goes defensive, and these guys are just going to settle in. And what a great race we're having right now in this mid-pack. They are stealing the show here currently, and all 6 drivers coming out of there nice and tidy single file, and it is race on here on lap 4. Ooh boy, here we go. So at the end of this lap, the pit window opens. The drivers can take those tires if they opt to. It is definitely time to go. ATB is definitely in there. He is definitely in there. Alright, so we got Egon here in 3rd. We got Superman in 4th. We've got PD. Oh, we don't see ATB. I think you're correct on that. I think we might have lost ATB here. Nope, he's there. Nope, we got ATB. So maybe a little mistake made from ATB here as he's back in the back of the pack right now as well. Alright, so Soul Invictus here, and it's 1.1 seconds, so he had a bigger lead. So ATK Death is doing an amazing job at monitoring that slipstream gap right now, and you can see he's really trying to bleed into it here as they come into the bus stop. So let's keep our eye on that for a second. Let's watch that timing gap. Soul gets a good run through there in that BMW. I believe that's the M6. It could be the M3 he's driving there. And he got a great run through there. He gained about 0.4 of a second on Death through there. Egon, who is about 2.5 seconds in behind ATK Death here. Superman's about 1.8 in behind him, and these drivers just can't quite link up here. We got Pete in 5th place. We got Mustang in 6th. We got Miguel in 7th now, so he's making his way up the field, and he has Heathen still in tow. Heathen is like, all right, well, let's get up this field. Let's go catch those guys up front there. So far, so good for these two. It looks like they're just kind of playing nice. They're just getting some nice clean air into the race car. They're having nice, good, clean transitioning coming in and out of the corners here. And it is side by side here. And oh boy, you can see Heathen is just absolutely putting the pressure on Heathen here when it comes down to it. But both drivers responding quite well. And oh, look at that. A nice wide entry. And Heathen is going to get the job done there. And that was a great pass by Apex Racing's Heathen on Miguel. But now Miguel's going to try and respond back as he comes into the International Horseshoe. A little bit of contact between the two drivers there. And they're going to continue on there. Now Heathen did take a little bit tight there. Bygones be big guys, and Heathen's back on the chase. So, ooh boy, that was some racing right there. See if we can catch all of it here. We can. Fantastic. So here we go. The first initial part. Oh, nope, that's the second part of the battle, I think, right there. Nope, first part of the battle. So a little bit of contact coming into the corner there between the two drivers, but Heathen getting a nice move done, and then Miguel gets a good run coming out of the kink here, coming into the International Horseshoe, and he's going to get up inside of Heathen here. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, just a little bit of contact as Heathen was turning in there, and he just continues on. So Robbins is racing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The Pro-Ams are feeling spicy, let me tell you. Great racing so far, and Heathen is right back on the chase here, 0.6 of a second in behind. Let's continue back through our field here. Let's see what's happening behind these guys. We got CB Matt in 9th place right now. He's got Chip here in 10th. From there, we got Fast Ginger here in 11th place with Kilty in 12th. We've got Bandit now in behind Kilty in 13th here. And ATB just a little off in behind these drivers here in 14th position right now. So, 9 minutes into the race. Whew, it's been an exciting one here so far. Let's keep going. Soul in the lead, 1.2 seconds to gap. ATK Death still on the chase here. Egon 3 seconds in behind our second place driver Death right now, but looking pretty strong. Superman 1.9 seconds, just trying to maintain that gap, but Pete Snow starting to close in here in 5th place and behind Superman. Petey's bringing along Mustang J. Ooh, big slide there from Petey as he comes out of corner 1, and that's going to allow Mustang to really close up here. So let's jump on board with Mustang Dre, our 6th place driver here as we're coming around the International Horseshoe. Ooh, it's getting dark out the Ferris wheel, all lit up right there in the background as he's coming through the corner. Fantastic stuff here at Daytona Road Course. So here we go. Let's stay with it here. Let's stick with Mustang for a minute. I think we're going to see maybe a potential move coming here from him. We'll see if he gets a good exit coming out in the NASCAR 1 and 2, and that might be where we maybe see a potential move. But the M6 a little more on the top end here, and this is controller versus wheel situation here as well. Pete Snow, of course, controller driver, and the majority of the field on the wheel and pedals, I do believe, here this season, the Pro-Ams. We do have a couple of controller drivers out there as well. Whew, spicy race. So Pete Snow gets a good run there in 5th place. Mustang wasn't quite able to really capitalize through the infield with that Z4, so the charge continues on. Heathen here in 7th place now, and not sure what happened to the driver he was chasing there, but Matt now in 8th place, so Miguel making a bit of a mistake somewhere, losing a couple positions, and we got Fast Ginger moving his way up around Chip there as well. So let's go take a quick look at that as we just missed that action, and Ginger gets the inside line as Chip is running in that mid to high line here on the banking, and Ginger gets a great run through there, and easy peasy gets the move done there. So currently Fast Ginger now has to worry about Chip Reese heading into, of course, the start finish line in turn 1 here. So is it going to be a slipstream engage or a slingshot engage situation here, or are we going to see some teamwork here? It looks like Chip is giving Fast Ginger a nice little push down the track here, so we are seeing some bump drafting here now from a couple of our Pro-Am drivers. But Chip, he's going to take a look down the inside. Nope, he's going to back out. He's just getting some clean air in that race car. I wasn't sure if they were going to go there coming into turn 1 and 2, but drivers, boy, are the Pro-Ams making some great racing decisions out here this evening. Absolutely fantastic stuff. But it is a battle up there between, I believe, Heathen and Matt now for 7th place, as Matt's going to get the job done here, but Heathen isn't going to let that battle go just quite yet. So let's stick with this for a second here, see if we see a response from Heathen. We do not. Let's go see what we missed here. We're just missing the action, but hey, we got some replays back here. So we did miss the initial pass, which was probably into turn 1 here. Heathen tried to respond coming out of the International Horseshoe. Here's what we're seeing. We got, I believe, Chip going off into the International Horseshoe there, so that's going to cost him some time. And CB Matt defending the position on the charge from Heathen after the initial move there. So Heathen dropping down in 8th place, but definitely tucked into that slipstream here of CB Matt in 7th place. And let's see if we see some teamwork here. We got some push coming from Heathen here now. Is this just a push up towards the breaking point to make the inside move, or is this going to be, well, let's see what happens here as we come through the bus stop and see if we can make some ground up on that guy, on the group up in front. Let's see what happens here as they come through the bus stop. And we got Fast Ginger just chasing in behind here as well. And this is a good opportunity for Heathen and Matt to lose those drivers in behind with a little bit of teamwork. Fast Ginger is a little bit of gap in between him and the driver in behind with Miguel in 10th place. And Miguel with a half-second penalty there, not helping his cause any. ATB's now up into 11th place, so he's made a couple of moves. Bandit's up into P12 here. Chip now, of course, with that spinning International Horseshoe and a 1-second penalty just to add insult to injury. So tough lap here for Chip, but he's going to continue on, and we got Kilty here in P14, and interesting strategy coming from Kilt Racer. Who just went off? It was Chip Reese. It was Chip Reese. Okay, yeah, just into the international horseshoe there. Just caught a track edge there and found himself in the grass a little bit there, but no damage on the car, so fortunate for him. So here we go. We got ATK Death in the lead of this race, and I don't know when that happened, but hold on while we go take a quick peek at this here. But Sol Invictus must have made a mistake, and then we have a move happening here, I think, coming into the international horseshoe from Sol Invictus on ATK Death, and that is the case. Let's see if we can catch that response. But ATK Death had that race lead there for a minute, and Sol Invictus is going to respond here, heading into the left-hander leading out to NASCAR 1 and 2. So great little battle happening right now up here up front from Sol Invictus and ATK Death, and oh boy, we love to see it. You love to see it. Egon here in third place, and that's allowed Egon to catch up a little bit there. That tiny little battle between the two drivers, whatever happened up front there while we were watching those other battles in the mid-pack, and Egon has been able to close up a second of that gap. Superman, much of the same thing here. It's 1.5 seconds now to Egon, so they're both closing in on those two drivers up in front, and here we go. It is Pete Snow and Mustang here as they come out side by side through NASCAR 3 and 4, and Petey's got a half-second penalty there, so it's going to be Mustang is going to grab that position for free here as they come down into the penalty serving zone, which will be as soon as they get down and settled in off the banking. There you go. Petey's car slows down for that half-second penalty, and it's going to be P5 here now for Mustang. So Petey losing a position there due to track limit penalties, and boy, the stewards are on point here this evening. Matt in 7th place. He's not out of fuel. That's just something going on in the game right now. We do apologize about that, folks. We're watching at home, but nothing we can do about it. Oh, and we got a Miguel dropping out of the lobby here, so I'm not sure what that's about, but Miguel potentially disconnecting from our lobby here, so going to be a 14th place finish here for Miguel tonight, and that is super unfortunate. I think that might be the second time that's happened to this driver here this season now, so that moves everybody up a spot on the grid here right now, and well, 13 drivers remain, so Miguel having to put the car in behind the wall here this evening, but hey, next week's a whole new week. Let's go VPR, pay me with the eyeballs. Sol Invictus, fastest lap on the racetrack, 47.752 currently. ATK Death isn't that far off of it here with a 48 flat. Egon's a 48.1 so far. Superman with a 48 flat as well, and it doesn't get any more 48 flat than that, almost. Mustang here with a 47.9, so the drivers are quite closely paced here, just separated by a little bit, so finding it hard to make that time up. So it's Fast Ginger and ATB here in 9th and 10th place. ATB looking up the inside as we head into NASCAR 1 and 2, and it's going to be high side versus low side, same car here. Let's see which car gets the advantage. It's going to be ATB, so you can see Fast Ginger, he's like, oh, hold on a second here, didn't like that. We're going to get back in the slipstream and see if we can respond. So, oh, ATB's going to open up the inside there. Ginger's not going to take it. He's just going to continue to sit in behind ATB as they come across the start-finish line here. So we're seeing little bits and tidbits of teamwork coming from the drivers here as they run into these situations on the track. Bandit just about 3.8 seconds in behind these drivers, so he is definitely prowling there, just in behind, lurking as well. But Sol Invictus, now Sol Invictus is on a mission. He's like, all right, you know what? I almost gave this thing away once already here tonight. Let's open up the gap. 2.1 seconds now is that gap. Death here in second place. He has opened the gap back up a tiny little bit here on Egon, pushing back over 2 seconds. But boy, oh boy, Egon has a Superman chasing in behind, and Superman is just outside this slipstream range here currently. I've heard rumors that it's been extended out to about a second from in behind the car, but I can't 100% confirm that or not confirm that. I just had an in-game error on my game forced to close itself. Yes, we see Miguel. We're gutted for you, my dude. Don't worry about it, my guy. It is nothing we can do about our connections or the game issues that are happening within the lobbies right now. Back up to 9th. Go, 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 says John. ATB, go, go, go. Sol Invictus just put down fastest lap on the track right there, 47.454. So starting to flex a little bit here, but boy, oh boy, has ATK's Death ever been up to the challenge here tonight. He has just been sitting there chasing Sol Invictus and had that lead for a minute there from Sol Invictus as well. So ATK Death is on a mission here this evening as well. Egon sitting here in third place, and boy, he is fired up after that podium last week, and he is looking strong here again, and just slightly opened up that gap on Superman to just over a second here now. So a little give, a little take between these two drivers right now on the racetrack. But going to be interesting to see how this continues to develop as the race progresses. We're 18 minutes into our 40-minute endurance race here this evening. Mustang J from ATK Motorsports in 5th place here as well. Boy, these drivers, they have been putting in some work, and it shows on the racetrack tonight. Pete Snow here in 6th place as well. We've got Apex Racing's Heathen up into 7th place, and he is flashing a little of his skill here on the track tonight as well, feeling confident, comfortable in behind the wheel of that race car here tonight. We've got Matt in 8th place. He's going to dive into pit lanes. That's going to move ATB and Fast Ginger, who still seem to be working together here, up into 8th and 9th place. So also a better lap there. And oh, Fast Ginger's going to be like, thank you for that, mate. I'm going to move up that position. But ATB's going to be like, oh, you went in a little hot there, I see. I'm just going to take that right on back. Thank you very much. So ATB opens up a little gap there with that mistake from Fast Ginger, but a little bit of overspeed there and a little miscalculation from Fast Ginger, and just couldn't quite hold that move there. But let's take another look at that there. And oh boy, he was cooking in there. ATB realized what was going on there. He checked up a little bit, and hey, reward to ATB right there for realizing what was happening, and he moves up a position due to the mistake from Fast Ginger. So we're seeing some hard racing. No, ATB gets it wrong, and he's mowing some grass here. What looks like to be coming out of NASCAR 2 and 3. No, coming out of the West Horseshoe, so a little early on the power, and falling back down into P10. So Bandit just going past him there up into P9. And oh boy, ATB had a great little battle with Fast Ginger there, and then a little mistake just shortly thereafter. So woo-wee. Hard racing happening here on the racetrack tonight. We got Matt into P11. He just made a pit stop. We got Kilty coming out of pit lane here after making a pit stop as well. He's in 12th place. That puts Chip in 13th here as he is just holding on to the outside edge of turn 1 as he was coming around. Ooh, my nose is plugging up. I apologize. It's okay, Miguel. It happens, my guy. There's nothing we can do about it, my dude. We appreciate all the effort. You're still going to get points at the end of the day, at least. I know it's not much, but hey, we appreciate you, my guy. We appreciate you. Solo Victus, that man is number 1. Hey, Chip's climbing. Oh, the VPR boys are stacking up in the chat here tonight. They are here in drones supporting their teammates on track tonight. Apex Sim Racing team is as well. ATK Death starting to close back up on Solo Victus here. So Soul takes a little, ATK Death takes a little, Soul takes a little, Death takes a little. Ooh, we got a good race. Oh, and Superman now up into P3 here. So Apex Racing Superman has made his way around Egon here and gotten himself onto a podium position. So Superman on the charge. Let's see what he can do with it. Egon now chasing here in 4th place. Oh, I love it. I love what we're seeing here tonight. We have a race on our hands. Whoo, give her out there, boys. Mustang in 5th place. We got Pete Snow here in 6th. And oh, Pete in penalty trouble again. And the stewards are not being kind to Pete Snow right now here on the racetrack. We've got Heathen here in 7th place and looking real strong. Got a little bit of a gap here right now, though. A couple mistakes maybe made by the driver. We got Fast Ginger here in 8th place. Just excuse me for 1 second, chap. I got a little bit of a plugged up nose. Whew, these drivers have got me all heated up here. I can't even speak anymore. All right, ATB and Bandit. So ATB just making his way back around Bandit. Let's see if we can take a look at that here. Bandit's looking to respond there, I think. So just coming out into NASCAR 1 and 2 there. ATB getting the job done on Bandit. Let's get back with these two here as we're heading into the bus stop. And ATB still ahead here. Ooh, very close there. Let's see if we see some penalties. Oh, we do see a penalty for ATB there. I had a suspicion that ATB might have just been pushing the limits a little bit there, and Bandit also picking up the penalty. So both drivers being punished for taking a little extra racetrack coming out of the bus stop there, and it is going to be battle on as these two continue on. So Soul Invictus 2.6 seconds up the road. Death is 4.4 ahead of Superman here. Ooh, Superman, a little bit of a wide exit there coming out of the International Horseshoe, but keeps it together. Pardon me. Mustang in 4th place. We've got Heathen now up into 5th place. We got Ginger in 6th place. Egon in 7th with a pit stop. ATB in 8th place. We've got Bandit still chasing in 9th. Petey here coming out of pit lane in 10th. Matt in 11th made an earlier pit stop than some of the drivers we're seeing now. Kilty here in 12th place and Chip in 13th. A little bit of damage on the front end of Chip Reese's car here right now as well. He has Chris as John. All right, Soul Invictus still in charge of this race right now, but we've already seen it once tonight. He was under fire from Death, and Death managed to find his way around. So let's get it going. Soul Invictus coming into pit lane, 1% fuel left in his car. Death is following him in. Now Death has 4% fuel left in his car. So let's see what happens after these pit stops here. Superman coming in, much of the same thing, 4% in his car as well, so maybe an opportunity for those drivers to gain a little bit of time on the driver in front there. Mustang is going to go around again. He's going to take over the race lead, so his first time he's led the race here this evening, and our third different race leader here tonight belongs to Mustang J. He then coming around in 5th place here. He's opting to go again. So he's going to move up into 2nd place. And oh boy, is that a lag spike I just saw there? That is a scary, scary sight. We'd never like to see it. Soul Invictus here, he's coming out of pit lane. He is going to beat the rest of the drivers out there. Egon's just going to grab that position there though. So let's see where everybody settles in here after the pit stops. It's going to be Soul Invictus coming back out in 2nd place. It's going to be Heathen in 3rd place. Death is going to come out in 4th place. Superman in 5th. Egon in 6th. ATB in 7th with Bandit in 8th and Pete Snow chasing in 9th. We got Fast Ginger in pit lane here right now. You can see the fuel man. He's got that fuel can in that car. Let's stick with this just for a second. Great shot of those crews at work and in action here as they get these drivers back out on the racetrack. And oh boy, he is taking a load of fuel there, is Fast Ginger, and away he goes. Guilty here in 12th place and Chip here in 13th. So back to the race. Leader currently, who is Mustang J. Now, he is definitely going to owe a pit stop at some point here in the race, so it's just a matter of when is he going to take that pit stop and how much time is he going to lose to the drivers chasing. Soul Invictus is 20.8 seconds in behind. Heathen is still there in 3rd. He's going to owe a pit stop at some point throughout the race here yet as well. We have ATK's Death here in 4th place, and Mustang coming into pit lane, and he is on 0% fuel, so coming around on fumes. Superman here in 5th with Egon still very close behind there in 6th place. That puts ATB back up into P7 here, and he's on a bit of a different pit strategy than the rest of the field here as well. Bandit is in 9th place. We've got Matt here in 10th. Fast Ginger, he's going to come out in 11th place. Chip now in 12th, and Kilty here, he is just going to fill up that car, and he is right back on the road again. So I think that's a 3-stop now we're seeing from Kilt as he comes around the racetrack. So Soul Invictus still in the lead. 4.5 seconds now is the gap with the pit stop from Fast Ginger and Apex Racing's Heathen. Death is in 2nd place, now finding himself chasing here again. Where does Jay come out? Oh, what is going on here? Oh no. That was a scary moment there. A little bit of a car issue, maybe stalling there coming out of pit lane was Mustang J. And it took him a minute to get that car refired there. So he's back on track there and on the road. So almost losing another position to 6th place driver Pete Snow there. It looked like that he gave way to the hot lap traffic coming through as he was coming out of pit lane, and then that car just stalled. So it took him a second there to get that thing refired, to get it back on the road. But great job to handle the pressure and the situation, to get that thing back moving as quick as he could there again. Scary moments on the racetrack. We have Fast Ginger here in 9th place. ATB down into 10th. That puts Bandit in pit lane. He's making his pit stop here. Chip is in 12th with Kilty in 13th position. We did lose Miguel. He will get a race finish here with 14th position points here this evening as well. Again, with the unfortunate disconnect there this evening. So it is Soul Invictus here in 1st place. ATK Death sitting in 2nd. 5 seconds is the gap. They've got 8 seconds between Egon and Superman, who just had a juicy little fight. Let's check it out. Let's jump on board with Egon here and take a look. So Egon has around Superman at this point here. Superman charging coming into the bus stop, and a little bit of a response there from Superman as he got a pretty good run on Egon and just not enough room to capitalize on it there. So he's just going to settle back in behind, and it is race back on between those two. So Egon's up in P3. Superman in P4 as we're on board with Superman coming into turn 1 here. And look at the gain he gets on that Z4 to the point where he has to help Egon get around the corner. He gives him a little tap there like, hey man, I'm coming through. Move it or lose it, buddy. So Great stuff happening here. Here we go, coming into the National Horseshoe. Nice tight line from Superman here, trying to get a run on Egon here. And Egon is not making life simple for Superman currently here on the racetrack. But Superman applying the pressure here. He wants that podium position back. Is it risk versus reward here with about 11.5 minutes remaining? You don't want to really burn the car out too early here, so it's going to be a risk versus reward at how hard these two opt to battle for third place. But definitely a healthy battle between these two drivers right now on the racetrack. We'll see what happens here as we come into NASCAR 1 and 2. Let's see if Superman gets a run coming into the bus stop here. And Egon definitely feeling the pressure from that blue BMW in behind. Oh, we're going to see a little push. Alright, so some teamwork coming here. We got Mustang and what looks to be Petey having a little battle here as well. And Mustang could defend that position currently here from Petey. No, it's Kilt he was going around there. My mistake. I thought it was Petey until we got the car in the camera there. It's actually Kilt. So getting around Kilt. So Kilt a little bit of a slower traffic here with the extra pit stop. We got Petey in 6th place. So my apologies. I got you all excited for nothing. I know, right? Matt here in 7th place. We've got Heathen in 8th place. Fast Ginger chasing in 9th. ATB's down here in P10. And boy, if we see some of these top drivers finishing near the bottom of the division standings here in this race, we're going to see a big shakeup in the points as well. We'll get to that soon. Bandit here in 11th. We've got Chip in 12th, and we've got Kilty here in 13th. So let's jump with Soul Invictus while we talk again. Superman, says Larry. Hey, Chris is pushing. Chris is pushing. Let's bring up those standings here for a minute. We have them here somewhere. We just got to find them all tucked away. Alright, so after 6 rounds of racing here, this is where everything settles in coming into round 7 here tonight. So after last week's race at Tokyo, it is Soul Invictus with the lead with 163 points, and teammate CB Matt Merge right in behind with 157 points. 3rd place driver ATB with 146 points, and Egon nipping with 138 points. Right now, Egon is several positions ahead of ATB and could leapfrog him if this continues here this evening. ATK Death, our 2nd place driver currently here, sitting in 5th place overall with 126 points. Miguel there in 6th with 118. Pete there with 103 points. Mustang with 84, tied with Superman for 84 points there as well. So Fast Ginger with 72. Bandit there with 68 points. DDR Jonesy, who's not in tonight, with 63 points. Chip Reese with 57. Heathen with 40. Vegas with 40. And Ridge Raider with 20 points. So you can see the standings a little bit tighter here in this Pro-Am division compared to that Pro division. But after the shakeup and the finishing positions of some of our Pro drivers last night, those standings have gotten a whole lot tighter all of a sudden as well. 46.83 coming from Soul here. ATK Death just in behind. 5.3 seconds and managing that gap right now currently. Probably hoping he was a little bit closer here, but anything could happen here at Daytona. Egon is in 3rd place. He's got Superman here right now by about 0.4 of a second, but we have seen these two working together. The current gap to the driver in front is about 10.9 seconds. We'll keep an eye on that. If these two continue to work together like this, they may have enough time to close that gap up, but if they don't, this will be game on for P3. So Mustang right here in 5th place. He's only 3.4 seconds behind these two drivers, and they do need to be aware of that. Maybe they are aware of that. Maybe that's why we're seeing the teamwork. They also want to make sure they maintain this gap from our 5th place driver and not give him an opportunity to stick his nose in that battle. Pete Snow here in 6th place, 4.8 seconds in behind. And none of these drivers are by any means out of another position here tonight. They are all close enough. If one driver makes a small mistake, the other driver is there to capitalize on it. Matt here in 7th place. Heathen is in 8th place as well. Ginger in 9th with ATB again in 10th place. He's not going to be what he's looking for here tonight, but there is still time in this race and anything can happen. Bandit here currently sitting in 11th, Chip in 12th, and Kilty here rounding out our field this evening. One driver, of course, with a disconnect early on in the race. Go Superman, says Clarissa. Let's get to it. We have 7 minutes remaining. And what is going to happen? It's anybody's guess still. ATK Death here in second place, and this is where I think the big battle is going to be here before the end of this race. And Superman gets a run on Egon here, and he's going to try and get the job done right here, right now. He is on the outside, up on the high part of the banking. He definitely got a better run, but Egon holding strong down there, down low. Just enough speed to keep this side by side here as we head to the start-finish line. Who is going to get the position coming into turn one is the bigger question. Here we go, side by side, battle for third place with only a few minutes remaining in this race. Let's see what happens. Looking for the cutback is Superman as we come around the corner, and side by side as we get out of the corner. And boy, what a battle. Superman's going to get the job done. He is going to slot up into P3 ahead of Egon here. We're going to stick with this just for another minute, see if we see a response coming out of the International Horseshoe. And boy, oh boy, have these two been fighting hard here tonight as Superman gets a great run and he opens up that gap. Superman now sitting in P3. Let's check it again. Egon taking the short line, defensive line. That's going to put him on a wide exit. Superman realizes this, takes a wide entry to gain that inside line on exit, gets the power down, gets the job done. Let's get back to it. Whew, this is a good race, and look how close this group is starting to get here now. So we got a back marker involved also in this, which could play a factor here. So Soul there, ATK Death there, 7.8 seconds, lost a little bit of time there. Superman has gotten around, I believe, Chip Reese there, and Chip just taking the high side of the bank and letting these drivers get through. Egon down there in below in fourth place. Mustang here, he's trying to get around here before these drivers enter towards the bus stop as well. He's in fifth place, and Chip's done a great job at not really giving up a whole lot of time there for himself as well as he lets these drivers through. He sees an active battle there. He does not want to interfere. Pete Snow here in sixth place. We got Matt in seventh. He's cruising in eighth place here, but Ginger closing in. Start to see a little bit of pressure there as well for 9th and 10th place. ATB 3.8 seconds, hasn't been able to really close that gap there. Bandit in 11th, Chip in 12th as we see there, and Kilty here in 13th. Let's get back up to this right here. This is where everything is happening right now. Superman, he's gotten away from Egon and Mustang. He has 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this race. He's going to go 3 times more around here. Can he hold it together and get his first podium of the season here at DMJ Vroom Room? And I got to tell you what, this boy, if he gets this one, this boy's going to be excited. All right, so it's Egon here in fourth place, and he is in an active battle here with Mustang now for fifth place. This is an advantage to our third place driver, Superman, up here. He is sitting there looking in that rearview mirror going, yes, boys, fight that out, continue to fight that out. Fire move, says Larry. Oh, the fans are just going off tonight. We appreciate everybody here this evening. Thank you, everybody who's coming and showing so much love here on our, well, official 2 years on Facebook tonight. We appreciate that. But Egon holding Mustang off here. Superman doing a great job at keeping that gap. He's just got the slipstream ridge broken here right now. If he can get a great run coming into NASCAR 1 and 2, he is going to open up that gap a little bit more. It's already at 1.5 seconds. So those two Z4s, see what happens. The battle's now become a battle for 4th and 5th place here currently on the racetrack. PD here in 6th place, and he's just not quite able to keep up with those guys up in front. Matt here in 7th, he's in 8th, and he's having a good race here for himself as well tonight. Fast Ginger chasing as he's just gotten around Kilty there as well, so 1.4 seconds is the separation there. ATB closing in 2.8 seconds. He closed a second up last time around here. Ooh, it's getting good. 9.2 seconds is gap here from Sol Invictus. He has decided, yep, nope, I'm just going to go now and not leave any opportunity for Death to even have a slim chance of trying to get back around me. So Death, he's been chilling here this whole second stint. He has a nice 12-second gap to third place. He's got 9 seconds to the leader. Easy decision here as if I was this driver. I just cannot make a mistake. I'll take a P2. Superman in 3rd place, and this has been a pretty well-earned 3rd place here up to this point in the race. He has been in the thick of it all race long, so he has about 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining here. So another lap, and well, this would be a white flag lap? White flag lap? No. Second last lap of the race here for that driver. Can't think, apparently. Pete Snow here in 5th place. So what has happened to Egon here? Maybe a mistake made by Egon all the way down into P6. Mustang's now in the 4th. Pete's in the 5th. So Egon dropping 2 spots late in the race here. And that has put Matt right on the doorstep here. So Matt all of a sudden, ooh, hey, there's a car there. Juicy. Heathen's going to lose out to ATB there. So ATB jumping up there into P9, and a mistake must have been made by Heathen, dropping 2 spots there. Bandit here in 11th still, Chip in 12th, and Kilty in 13th. We got Soul and Death here. They're definitely going to get around another time here. So let's get back to what's happening in the backfield here. And it looks like these guys have all kind of sorted themselves out here right now on the track, temporarily that is. All right, everybody's trying to close up here. There's some new fire lit in some of these drivers, and everybody is absolutely just pushing it right now, trying to gain what they can. So ATB in 9th, Heathen in 10th. It's anybody's game, but it looks like right now Soul Invictus has the win locked in here. All right, final lap for our race leader as he comes around. Same for ATK Death as he comes around the first corner here. Superman in P3 here, and nice solid 4.3 second gap here right now. Just got to keep it calm, just got to keep breathing, not worry about anything but the next braking point, the next corner, and the next exit until that checkered flag waves. Mustang here still close enough to strike if something happens in 4th place. And Pete Snow also close enough to strike if something happens here. Pete Snow is pushing. He's trying to close in on Mustang. Egon still managing to hold CB Matt off, but boy oh boy is Matt right there. Matt is forcing the issue here and trying to grab one more position before the end of this race. Fast Ginger here in 8th place. ATB chasing in 9th. We got Heathen sitting in 10th place. Let's get back up to our race leader here as he's heading around in towards the bus stop. So he's coming up on a blue flag car there as well, heading into the bus stop, but I don't believe he's going to catch that car before the race is over. So we're going to stick with our race leader here. Soul Invictus tonight, not that easy of a race here for him tonight. ATK Death really had a good response here for him, it seemed like tonight, and a little bit of heat turned on in the final stint, and Soul's going to come around with about a 12-second gap here this evening against ATK's Death. So Death having a fantastic race as well, and well, I just still can't say who's going to win this, who's going to end up our top 3 here this season. So it is Soul Invictus in first place. Congratulations to him. It's going to be ATK Motorsports Death coming around here in 2nd place for himself. So great race for him here tonight as well. So VPR on 1, it is ATK on 2, and wouldn't you know it, Apex Sim Racing is going to bring it home here for a P3 finish. And this is one excited boy right there. Those lights are flashing, he's smashing those buttons. P3 finish here for Superman. Mustang's going to come around in 4th place. That's going to be a 5th place finish here for Pete Snow as well as he comes around. CB Matt here in 6th place, and he's just managed to get that position on Egon. So one more spot there for Matt. Egon here in P7 as well. We got Fast Ginger here in P8. We've got ATB in 9th place. Oh, and he is out of fuel. So it is going to be Heathen who's going to take 9th place as he comes across the line. And ATB is just going to coast it across here in P10. Bandit is going to take a P11 there. Kilty in P12. And Chip Reese is going to take a 13th place finish here. So, oh, there he is. And is he out of fuel? He is also out of fuel. So couple of our drivers coasting across the start-finish line here tonight. One being Apex Sim Racing's ATB, and the other VPR's Chip Reese. It's not quite calculating for enough fuel here this evening, but Chip Reese does have some front aero damage on that car that may have played into the fuel usage here tonight, but he gets that thing across the line. And 14 drivers start here tonight, 13 finished due to a disconnect for one driver. Tough track, fell into my rhythm a bit too late. Oh, still a good race though. Fire, excellent P3 Superman, says John. So it is a victory and pole position for Soul Invictus here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And let's go take a look at those unofficial results. We're going to save that replay first and foremost. There we go. All right, so our unofficial results, and we say unofficial because now the drivers have 24 hours to file any incident reports during the race if they feel necessary. If they feel like they had contact that cost them their race or anything like that, they have the right to file that and have the stewards take a look at it. From there, the stewards take a look at it, assess the situation, whether it just be education or a further penalty from there. then if the drivers are okay with it, cool, standings get released. If not, they do have the right to appeal. And then from there, of course, that decision is final. And then, of course, standings get posted. So a few different things that can happen here over the next 48 to 96 hours. But great racing from this Pro-Am division tonight. That was a great race. What do you guys think at home? I thought it was fantastic. And thank you to the Pro-Ams for, well, a great 2-year stream here tonight with this amazing race presented by, of course, DMJ Vroom Room. We appreciate everybody for hanging out with us as always. Great commentating goes. Well done, ATB. Tough but well fought race. Great P9, says John. Appreciate y'all. So it is Sol Invictus with the fastest lap and pole position. So the trifecta for him. ATK's Death here in second place. Superman in third. Mustang in fourth with Pete Snow in fifth. CB Matt in sixth. Egon in seventh. Fast Ginger in eighth place. It's going to be Apex Heathen in ninth. It's going to be ATB in 10th. It's going to be Bandit in 11th. Kilty in 12th. Chip in 13th, and poor Miguel with a disconnect there. Going to get 14th place finish here today, and we'll get 14th place points, of course, as well. They put the time in, they put the work in, they show up, they make qualifying, they get some laps in. That is good enough for me. They get points, so a small consolation prize for the bigger scheme of things, but better than nothing at the end of the day. So we do appreciate everybody for tuning in, but that means podiums. That means podiums. All right, back to that beautiful podium screen here. That was a great race. It was very great. They put on a show here tonight for the fans, that's for sure. So, just never a dull moment from the Pro-Am guys, that's for sure. I think all the drivers are here already too. Oh, we're missing one. We got our second and third place driver. So we'll get talking while we wait for Sol Invictus to jump in here. So rock and roll. These guys are on point as always. Great, absolutely great race out there today, guys. The fans were really enjoying what you guys were putting down on the racetrack here at Daytona tonight. Daytona, great racetrack, iconic racetrack in Florida, of course. So let's head to Apex Racing Superman. You know, the boys, they come into the chat, the boys sitting there from the pro division and the rest of the drivers, the team, and they told me that you were coming in on the podium tonight. Here you are. Congratulations, first and foremost. Talk us through it, my dude.
Yeah, man. This quali that I pulled out that 146 in quali. That was the fastest I've gone all week between my practice stints. Started up towards the front. Really didn't have no team help around me, so it was kind of on me to get it done. And yeah, I had to. I just want to give a shout out to Egon. Me and him had a great battle for probably about 4 or 5 laps there, door to door. And yeah, dude, I'm ecstatic. It's a first podium. It's always good to stay on the podium on your home track.
Absolutely, and that is right. This is his home turf here for Apex Racing Superman here, Daytona Road Course tonight. So, you know, you've been showing great strides and leaps and bounds here in the series. You started off a little rough at the early of the season. You really put your head down. You're really focused up. You came out with your best finish last week, and topping it tonight with one more spot, and that one happens to be the bottom step of the podium here this evening. So let's talk about that battle with Egon. About, like you said, 4 or 5 laps, but it wasn't just those 4 or 5 laps. You and Egon were very closely paced all race long. You had several little battles throughout the race. Let's talk about that racing between you and Egon, and what's it like when you're just battling with the same driver all race long? Does it get to a point where you get comfortable with that driver and you kind of expect what they're going to do, or is it always an adventure and a surprise every time you meet back up?
Well, I'm pretty familiar with Egon. He joins in a lot of the practice lobbies throughout the week. He's always in the chat with the boys. So me and him are always, I'm used to him as a driver on track. So I kind of, knowing how that other driver is, you know where to push, know where to back off, know when to put pressure on. And yeah, just props to him for having a clean race. And yeah, I mean, it was intense. My hands were sweating on the wheel there, trying to get around him. And I just wanted to stay close to him, keep that draft, and just keep that pressure there. I didn't want to put either of us in a bad spot. So fortunately, that was the move that got it done, was this being close and keeping the pressure on.
Absolutely, and very very locked in tonight. You looked fantastic on the racetrack, so definitely put some work in with the crew here in of course pre-testing and throughout the week, getting ready for the race. So, big props. That was a great race for me here tonight, and boy, I think the eyes better start turning and watching out for Apex Sim Racing Superman here because race by race he just continues to find more positions higher up the grid. So, we know the first goal is that podium. Goal met. New goal.
Just be better than I was yesterday, man. I mean, I don't want to come out here and say, "Oh, I'm coming for first place." Just humble approach to it. Keep working on it. I mean, there were some things in this race that I'm going to go back and watch the replay and pick apart what I did wrong. But just keep pushing forward, man. Don't give up, and just always try to find ways to improve.
Well, obviously, 2 year anniversary here on Facebook, and you are one of my true OG followers here at GT45 Gaming. So I just want to extend an extra congratulations to you as well. Very well deserved, and it's been a really great 2 years watching you progress and seeing you develop as a sim racer here, and very well rewarded here tonight, and very well earned here tonight as well. So I'm going to leave the floor to you, man. You take it away. Any last things you want to say, and of course, those shout outs and thank yous.
Just want to give a shout out to the boys, everybody, all the competitors on track. I mean, these guys show up week in, week out. They put the time in. Especially want to give a shout out to my Apex boys, Heathen, Apex Guardian, everybody back at the shop, man. They've stood behind me. I've been with the team for probably about a year now, almost a year now, and they've always believed in me, even when I haven't believed in myself. So big props to them, man. They got this number 58 BMW GT45 Apex BMW M6 pushing right tonight, and this one's to them, man. This I'm about ready to go crack a beer and just chug it for the boys back at the shop.
Fantastic, and well, hey, well deserved and rightfully so. So, I'm not going to hold you up from that celebration with the boys. You know what? You go to that clubhouse and go rip it up with your team. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week at Suzuka.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, Timmy. Have a good night, buddy.
Cheers, brother. All right, so this man was on a mission tonight, our second place finisher. He looked absolutely on fire right from the moment that those tires touched the hot racing surface at the start of qualifying. ATK Motorsports Death coming in with a very solid second place finish here tonight, and he was up to the task of chasing down Sol Invictus. He had that lead there for a moment at one point in the race there, but Sol Invictus definitely responded back, and a great drive, maybe the best drive from this driver here this season. Congratulations on a great P2 finish on an absolutely fantastic race night. Talk us through the race and how you feeling.
I'm feeling pretty good tonight. I'd said it last week whenever I was in the podium interview last week that, I was looking forward to Daytona. Same thing with Superman. This is my home track. I'm a Central Florida boy. So, it's nice to be able to race on a track that I go to and watch the races on every year. And especially to take a P2 finish on the track that I go to every year. But you're right. Sol Invictus, I tried catching him when we were still on those mediums, but got in front of him there because he caught a penalty coming out of the bus stop, but got in front of him and made a little mistake and had to recatch the car and let him right back by. And it was a good battle, but once we hit those softs, man, he took off. There was no catching him from there. But as you said, I felt great all night. As the practice had been going good, I've been putting down some quality laps in practice, and I just kind of took everything from that and put it right to the racetrack tonight.
Absolutely, and just the one little mistake, and an unfortunately bad time for that mistake, but a great battle there from you and Sol Invictus, especially in that first half of the race. You just would not let him get away from you there, but he definitely turned up the heat a little bit in that last stint. But that does not take away from the absolutely amazing drive from you. Now, a little bit of history from ATK Motorsports Death. He first league competition for this driver. He's just used to driving with the guys in behind the scenes and learning and progressing and. Of course, with ATK Motorsports Streeter Tom up in the Pro Division, he went back to the clubhouse there and then talked to boys what was going on over here, and they jumped in to try it out. And from the start of the season to now, it is night and day. You have progressed just tenfold. So, how does it feel? You put a goal at mind. You have a task when you get into these races, and you accomplish that goal and you succeed at that task. So, I guess how do you progress that progression now moving forward? Do you just keep working on where you're at right now, or are you looking to take that next step in your racing?
Right now, man, it's all about racing clean, racing consistent. Consistency has always been a thing I've struggled with since I started this. I'm a newbie. I'm only about a year into sim racing in general, so I'm still learning quite a bit. I can't say that I won't, end up maybe in that pro division at some point, but right now I'm happy where I'm at. I like the competition. It's good for my style. These boys race hard and they race clean and they race good. And that's all I could ever ask for. And you know what? Even if I never make it to that pro division, I'm happy to be right here racing with these guys. These guys put on a hell of a fight every single week, and it's great. It's good racing, clean racing, good stuff.
Absolutely, and I mean, you're just as much a part of that puzzle as, of course, are the other 15 drivers registered in your division around you as well. So, spicy race. You guys really let it all out there tonight. Obviously, every position matters, every point matters. Those bonus points count. We're starting to see a lot of guys using the different cars to try and lock in that extra 5 points for the Jack of all trades award. I guess now, what's the focus for the chase to the championship? Our final 3 rounds here in the season.
You're right. I did some testing this week with the cars, and in my opinion, the Z4 was where it was at. The M6, I just couldn't get a handle on some of the corners. I was definitely more consistent in it, and it's kind of brought it to light. Maybe I should chase down those 5 points. Why not? It's an extra 5 points might be the difference between, taking that second or third position whenever we come to the end of this season. So, might as well try and chase them down and get them. And that's really it. I want to keep doing this. I think I can come out with another podium at least at Watkins. I'm pretty darn good at Suzuka as well. Nürburgring I think is going to be a struggle for all of us, but we'll figure it out.
Absolutely, and that the finale leaker a little bit there, ladies and gentlemen. So you heard it here first. Nürburgring 24-hour is our finale here this season. So all the amazing intense action that we're leading up to with this amazing track list this season really capitalizes it all off with a big finale here. So the drivers definitely trying to take advantage of everything they can. Lots of drivers I think it's not necessarily fear of the racetrack in our finale as much as it is confidence while on the racetrack. It is a big racetrack. It has, I believe, 97 corners on it, and it's hard to stay consistent on that racetrack. So, do you start kind of thinking about maybe putting a little extra work into the finale round over the next 2 rounds, or you just take it, week by week as it comes at you?
I'm going to take it week by week. I like to practice the tracks that are coming up, just so that they're fresh in my mind. I understand my braking zones and all that stuff. And even tonight, turn one, lap one, right off to the start, I thought I was going to be the cause of a pileup because I missed my marker and braked a little early, thinking I had already passed it, and I sure didn't. But luckily everybody was able to react to what I had done there and kept it clean through turn one and kept going. And that's what we're going to keep doing, is just practicing that week by week by week, and keep going up the podium, I hope.
Well, absolutely, and nonetheless, definitely leading up to be a pretty juicy final 3 races here for this division. The standings are really going to start to tighten up here too, as well. So the gloves are going to start coming off here, I think, as we start progressing towards the finale. But great racing from you tonight. Again, the progression is fantastic. I'm sure the boys back at the clubhouse are just absolutely just shouting at the top of their lungs, excited for you right now. So the stage is yours. Any final remarks and any shout-outs and thank yous?
Yep, as I will every week, I'm going to give a big shout out to my wife for all the hard work she puts in to make sure I can do this, taking care of our son and all that. Big shout out to Attack Motorsports for, helping me progress where I am today. A couple shout outs to our sponsors, Booga Mail, making all of our merchandise and all that for the team. Angela Bailey Designs for designing all of our decals, and Reaper Apparel Company for all the extra apparel. If you got a minute, go check them out at reaperapparel.com. They got some good stuff.
Absolutely. Make sure you throw that link up in the Discord channel and your divisional channels there as well. Let some of the guys go check out what you guys have there as well. But great racing from you tonight. I mean, looking stronger and stronger as the season continues to grow older and older, and you never know. We might see a ATK Motorsports Death standing at the podium at the end of the season, taking crown as one of our podium champions this season. Great racing. Look forward to seeing what you have for us next week.
Thanks, Ghost, and thank you guys all at GT45 Gaming that helped put this on. Everybody does a great job. This is awesome. Thank you all for your hard work.
Hey, we appreciate it. We love to race. That's all that matters. Haha. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we're no stranger talking to our winner here tonight, Sol Invictus, like a quick driver, and he has been testing the Pro-Am division all season long. But that's not a bad thing. As you guys and gals are watching week in and week out, the Pro-Ams continue to get faster and faster and faster, and they continue to try and answer the call of the pace of our winner here tonight, Sol Invictus. So VPR Racing. So Sol Invictus coming through with another win, fastest lap on the racetrack and the pole position here tonight. And great drive from you, but not too easy of a drive here tonight like it was in round 6. Tokyo, you broke free and you really just did your thing. But here tonight, you had that ATK Z4 in that rearview mirror for a good solid half of the race, really applying the pressure. So how was that as you were racing around? And just talk us through it, my man.
What's up, Ghost? How's it going? Yeah, man, it was good competition. Definitely kept up. I didn't expect it. Really good competition. Made a few mistakes, got a few penalties, gave up my position, but luckily I was able to bring it back. Again, hats off to Death. That was great racing.
Absolutely, and just those little mistakes. Obviously, the stewards were ruthless here this evening. We've seen them handing out all kinds of track limit penalties here to the drivers tonight. So maybe a little bit upset with the pro division last night. Maybe I don't know what's going on there, but definitely slamming our pro-am drivers here. Now, it cost you big time here at Daytona. You just come out of NASCAR 3 and 4. You're coming out of that big high-speed banked oval part, and you come into a nice flat run where you can really take advantage of that speed you got, and you hit that penalty serving zone. So what's going through your mind there as you're picking up those penalties and you know that this driver is just right there nipping at your heels?
Yeah, it was like, oh my God. As I went through the bus stop, I'm like, oh my God, what did I get? As soon as I saw that 1 second, I'm like, oh man, here we go. I looked back and I saw that he was in reach. I'm like, all right, I'll stay on side, let him get in, and we'll have to battle it out. And luckily it worked out. I wasn't over aggressive. I didn't overreach. And luckily he oversteered a little bit, and I was able to capitalize and gain the spot back. And again, yeah, it was a good battle, but luckily I was able to capitalize and get the position back, which is the most important part. But again, hats off to Death for the battle. It was great.
Absolutely, and sometimes everybody watching at home or all the drivers out there thinking about maybe getting more involved in something like this. Divisional splits aren't always perfect. Sometimes faster drivers end up in splits that maybe they aren't designed to be in, but we're seeing it. This driver is pushing the whole field, and all it's doing is just making the whole field that much faster. So come next season, we don't know where everybody's going to end up, because the motivation of the drive, chasing that faster or quicker driver, is definitely apparent here in the DMJ Pro AM Division Series. I mean, it gets a little tough as a racer knowing you got a little bit of pace on the lobby, but these guys seem to have the answer for Sol every week. So, you got 3 rounds left. You got a decent little lead going into round 8 now, with ATB not finishing quite as well as you would have liked tonight. So it's going to shake up the points a little bit underneath of you. Suzuka's a tough track. It could be very easy to make a mistake there. How do you feel about Suzuka, and who you're really looking out for here over the next 3 rounds?
I mean, if I'm gonna be looking out for somebody, it's my main man, Matt. That guy is a beast at Suzuka. I'm talking about the guy can move, and yeah, I'm not the only fast guy from VPR. We actually have a room full of killers. It's just some of them are a little more preserved and don't have the time to actually perform. But yeah, I'm not the only fast guy there. Again, the person that I'm actually looking to a little bit concerned is Matt, man. He's a demon in that track. He's very fast, very efficient. He had an unlucky run today, a little mishaps, not from him, but yeah, he's extremely fast.
Absolutely, and I've been fortunate to see him in other events before this series here as well, and again, another driver that has progressed tenfold over a very short amount of time here in his sim racing career as well. So, teamwork really does make the dream work, and Sol Invictus, he talks about it every week that we talk to him. The guys back at the VPR pit, they get on track, they work together, they test different strategies, they test different things, different cars, they do all these things, and at the end of the day, they come into the races with a strategy. Now, sometimes it works, works for some of the drivers and sometimes it doesn't. But CB Matt had a pretty good recovery drive tonight and still managed to squeeze a 6th place finish at the end of the day. So not maybe ideally where he wanted to be, but he's not going to lose too much ground on Soul here either in the standings. So probably a good call out there. And I mean, it's just great racing from you every week. But those little mistakes, they cost drivers, and they definitely keep it spicy. So these guys keeping each other on their toes throughout the field here for sure. And I'm going to leave the stage to you, my man. Any final remarks or anything you want to add to that? And of course, shout outs and thank yous.
Oh man, I would like to thank my lady for allowing me to have the time. I thank the guys back at the VPR pit for always having each other's backs and working on what we got to work on and devise strategies and just keep moving forward. Also, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Foundation TS Entertainment, Munson Restaurant Group, IMB Raceway, and Capital Sim Racing. And I'd like to thank you as well, Ghost, for hosting this in North America and allowing us to have this good lobby with some good connections, some good racing. Can't appreciate it enough. It's definitely a good platform, and it's up for great entertainment. It's just great. It's just great, and I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming in and getting a new driver here this season with DMJ Vroom Room North America as well. So we definitely appreciate all the support. VPR coming in with lots of drivers here this season. And I can tell you the one thing that I do see happening here, everybody watching at home, I see some fun little team rivalries starting to develop on the racetrack here between the teams that are competing here as well. So, of course, all in a great playful manner, but I think that's going to add to some of the intrigue here coming in towards the end of the season as well. So congratulations on another great run here tonight again, Soul. And speaking of that family, we'll let you get back to it and head back to the pit and hang out with your crew. Absolutely fantastic racing as always.
Thank you again, Ghost, and thank the Miss Devious for all her hard work and everybody else going in the background as well, man. Again, thanks. Have a good night.
You betcha. Appreciate you. Well, folks, as always, these drivers just so well spoken. I mean, our drivers are a mixture of all kinds of age ranges. We have drivers that are still teenagers competing in the series, and we have drivers that are in their 50s and 60s competing in the series. So we have age, skill levels. We have males and females competing against each other in the series as well. I mean, it has really set up to be just an absolutely great season. Plenty of new faces, lots of interest from the sim racing teams, which are becoming a really big thing now in the sport of sim racing here, especially on the Gran Turismo 7 platform. And, that builds community, that builds families, it builds brotherhoods and sisterhoods amongst strangers. And that's the really great thing about it. So, all said and done, huge shout out to DMJ Vroom Room, because it really is DMJ Vroom Room that provides the platform for these drivers to do exactly what they continue to do. Without the esports organization, the brainchilds behind the series and the combinations and the tracks and all the work, the hundreds and hundreds of hours that go in setting these amazing championship series up, at the end of the day, their victory is watching communities grow and watching bonds grow and watching great racing on the racetrack along the way as well. So much love to everybody. It's been a fantastic night. I couldn't ask for anything better for a 2-year anniversary on my streaming platform than an absolutely fast, hot, action-packed race at Daytona International Road Course. I mean, seriously, it doesn't get any better than that. Roaring GT3, BMWs, 14 very talented race car drivers, and a great team behind the scenes. It was a great night of racing here at GT45 Gaming. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to hand it over to D.90 next week. He's going to take over our broadcast for next week's races at Round 8 at Suzuka. So do not panic if you don't see it happen here at GT45 Gaming. But make sure you're following D.90 over there on Facebook Gaming, because that's where the next round of broadcasts of Suzuka are going to be held. D.90, our EU host, amazing commentator. We've had him in the box here several times with us throughout the season. Is going to take the reins while GT45 Gaming relocates and gets set up to continue producing as much great high-energy commentating content for everybody at home to enjoy as we can. Great racing. I just can't. There was so much action, lots of great moves. The moves were decisive. They were clean. We've seen some oopsies from some of the drivers. Some of the drivers not getting maybe the best result they're looking for, but again, a new driver on the podium here in round 7 with Apex Racing Superman, and that's a big boost in confidence for any driver that hits their first podium. A plethora of emotions go through you, but at the end of the day, we know he's going to enjoy his moment, and the team is not definitely going to let him forget it anytime soon that he is more than capable of running with these boys. So, lots of firsts this season. It's the first time we've had a multi-divisional split in DMJ choice of weapon or choose your weapon series between both sides of the series in Europe and North America. And I got to tell you, our drivers have not disappointed for even a split second this season. Great racing action all season long. As a host, it's all you could ask for. These drivers, they're top-notch. They're professional. And I can't wait to see what they're going to bring for our chase to the championship. 7 rounds in the books tonight, folks. It's official. We're almost there. Suzuka, Watkins Glen, and our finale, the Nürburgring 24-hour. That's right. We're busting out the big boy. And we're going to see what these drivers have at the end of the season. We appreciate y'all. We're going to send you off with that highlight video one more time here, just in case you've missed it or you haven't had a chance to catch it. Of course, the drivers might be tuning in now, so they get a crack to see some of the best and worst moments from round 6 at Tokyo last week. I loved everybody coming into you guys and gals, the viewers at home, the community, Cody B's community, just coming in and absolutely killing it tonight. I can't thank everybody enough. The help along the way, I just can't thank everybody enough. The sim racing community, I can't thank it enough. It really makes you feel at home, and racing is my happy place, and I'm pretty happy being here, providing the best content I can every time we go live here. So lots of changes coming after the relocation, all for the good. That just means more content coming in the future, and I can't wait to grow with every single one of you. Thanks for a great 2 years. Thank you to DMJ Vroom Room. Thank you to LWR Designs, DDR, Hypre Graphics, Fanatec, and GT Omega. And most importantly, thank you to MacMillan Cancer Support for everything they do. Donation button, as always, live on the Facebook stream. If you're able and you're willing, any donation of any size helps and matters, and we appreciate it. Every single penny that you send goes directly to MacMillan Cancer Support, directly through Facebook, and immediately goes to helping a family in need through some really trying times. It's very near and dear and close to DMJ Vroom Room and myself here at GT45 Gaming. We appreciate all your support with MacMillan Cancer Support throughout past seasons and this season. And we'll see you all when we're back live in a few days' time. We appreciate you all. Stay for the socials. Lots coming. And man, GG's. Congratulations to every one of our 14 drivers tonight. It's been epic. It's been an epic night. Catch you on the flip side. Let's go GT45. Great comms, great racing. Have a great night. Appreciate you, John. Cheers for the coverage. Appreciate you, Chris. Well done. Keep knocking the tires off it, my guy. We appreciate you, Nolander, for real. Nice result, VPR. Absolutely. Cheers, boys. Appreciate all the drivers tonight coming from our third place driver. We'll catch you soon, Joe, my guy. Wow, what a great night. Chris coming in with the 300 star bomb as well. Let's get some hashtag Chris's up in that chat before this highlight reel is done, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in with a $3 donation on the stream. Thank you so much for all the stars tonight as well, ladies and gentlemen. Every star earned always goes right straight back into the community some way, somehow, to help somebody in need. So we appreciate y'all. Hashtag Chris coming from Kilty. Enjoy the highlight reels. Stay winning. And one more time, just because I know you all are going to miss it, kick them tires, light them fires. Let's go racing, folks. Enjoy next week's races with D.90. You're absolutely amazing, and I love the lot of you. We appreciate y'all.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing